and get themselves into a position where they'll either get the free shot or Spacestation will get the mistake, or we can just get a long clear straight over to Reynolds, and Spacestation have got the first goal.
Oh dear, well, that's a nightmare for G2 fans. Chicago has just autopiloted from the halfway line to the edge of the box and done absolutely nothing when he's got there. That is they've been their own worst enemy in these positions time and time again. Reynolds had no boost there. Chicago had positioned even a tiny bit more safely. He would have been fine. But there we go. G2, it's already the most G2 game one that I've ever seen. They've got no idea how to play third man, but oh boy, do they know how to infield pass.
Well, if you're watching us for the very first time ever and you're thinking, oh,
it's going to have a ton of entertainment and you never know what's going to happen next.
It's one of those teams I wish we were exaggerating about, but we're not. It's just how they are. Here they go. And there's Arsenal taking advantage of a bit of a calamity here on the back line. Rizzo just put straight into Chicago.
It's a bit unlucky, that one. Rizzo just wanted to make sure that he didn't get dunked on by this a bit of a chaotic situation that's gone against him.
Arsenal now tries to make it 2. Over to Sipical, and Arsenal had to make sure he got a little jump to make sure he got out of the way. But that is now a 2-goal lead. And Spacestation Gaming up and rolling here.
Yeah, JNAP's with a bit of a risky pre-jump there. He wasn't inside his own goal. He was a bit off.
Good clear again from Sipical.
Oh,
You're
no.
a G2 fan. This is a horrid thing to say. I was going to start it off with saying, well, if Spacestation Gaming are hitting the long clears, this is going to be bad for G2. If you're letting them in, that's even worse.
Yeah, again, they just don't have a third man in position. They're all out of the play, and this game's really gotten away from them. We're not late enough into the game yet that that kind of play is acceptable. If there's 20 seconds left and they've got a 2-goal disadvantage, fair enough. You have to advance. You have to be aggressive. But with this much time left, there's no need to be that aggressive with your third man. Look, they've already scored one. Would have been nice if they didn't concede the long shot as well. Because G2, they always create chances. They know how to have us doubting G2 as much as we do. We don't doubt the entertainment value. We just doubt the defense. It looks so shaky, and they've conceded again. And this one's a bit more of Space Station's, good plays than G2's bad ones. But still, G2 need to step it up here, Shogun.
Absolutely do. Lovely smothering play there. Chance to do that. That was far too quick. If you thought well, I was going to say that the third man is going to move up even further for G2. That would be incorrect. It's not possible, but maybe a comeback in this game is.
Yeah, now is exactly what we talked about earlier. Now is the time to forget about defense because you're already so far behind and the time really has gotten away from them.
And G2, well, they'll know what they want to fix here. They've had to fix it all season long. Heading into game 2, Space Station Gaming, though, look rock solid. They can be a very, very difficult task to take them down.
I mean, even saying that, though, look at G2 scoring 3 goals on Space Station Gaming.
Who is bullying Arsenal over on the goal line. That's what G2 want, though. They've got all their players forward. They've got themselves a chance. And they have got themselves the first goal of game 2.
Yeah, like you said, Rizzo just being such a nuisance here, drives all the way across the box, bumps the whole team out of the way for Space Station Gaming, and then sticks...
Well, bar the demos, which Typical wanted to get another one on top of Rizzo, who's done well here, actually. Gives his team a bit of time to get themselves back into rotation. Arsenal looks for the angle, and he's managed to find it. The threat was always there, but nobody would have expected him to actually make this.
Oh my, if it's one of those days for Arsenal, then G2 might be in trouble. We've heard him say in interviews.
Arsenal again doing a very good job just trying to dance around the first challenge. Now JNAP's over for the double tap. He's managed to get on target and then lands on the ball. Puts it in, and not for the first time today, Johnny. We have seen this play.
What a recovery by JNAPs. And that wasn't just an accidental play where he's looking at...
Is there going to be one more twist to this? Or a G2 just going to see this one through? It looks like they are going to.
Quiet up until now, offensively. But we all know that he's going to show up at some point or other. Never a whole series goes quiet for typical. Oh, Rizzo snuck one through. G2 on the counter. String the passes together to perfection, as always. And Rizzo just hung around up there. He just lingered at the halfway line, waited to see if Jane...
Oh, an accidental bump actually does leave it over to Rels. What a shot that is! Off the post! And it's gone off Chicago for an own goal!
Oh, that is a heartbreaker for G2. Well, heartbreaker for Chicago. He's been defending so well, but he may have just panic flipped on that one. And
Make up for that. Very different start of game, though, than I think many people were anticipating from these two teams. Retals can't get to it, though.
My.
And Rizzo has a brace, one more away from his hat trick.
Well, so, you know, we've been critical of G2's third man positioning. Reynolds has done the exact same thing there. He was
Go up in support. Arsenal over to Rettles. Rettles back into the midfield. That is a great interception. Make sure that the shot could not come on through. Chicago tasked with finding the ball on the way home to the floor, but he couldn't quite manage it. And instead, Genaps has a go.
My.
And G2 East
by G2, something that Spacestation are clearly struggling with at the other end of the field, given the collision we had between two defenders earlier on. But now he's typical, unmarked in the middle, and he opens a scoring for Spacestation. Rizzo was alone at the back for a lot longer than he expected, and he got dunked on by Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal is well up his way to make sure he got that dunk. Hard read from him. And Arsenal again. Great playmaker for the team. Right back in this. He's back on the ball again. Chicago, he's not going to reach it.
My.
And Arsenal involved in both goals. That puts Spacestation up by a comfortable lead now.
Well, Arsenal's been playing a good bit of 1v1 recently, and it definitely shows on that play. Chicago expected a shot in the way of G2's follow-up shot. It's not the absolute last minute of the game for G2, but it will be soon. Chicago cuts the lead in half. Rizzo just lofted it up for him, and that is some first-class delivery.
And looks like we've got ourselves a game on our hands. Spacestation Gaming have to try and hold on to...
In all three players. How on earth are G2 going to score from here?
Oh, that's a good bounce for them, but Typical will catch it on it. It's going to be a slow shot. I want to try and use Rizzo, but that is a good clear. Typical looks for the follow. Chicago can't get there.
Oh.
And Typical turns it in for goal number 1.
And it's just simply not quite good enough for Chicago. His boost pathing let him down here. He missed about 3-4 small boost pads. And that means that when he goes up for this back wall, well, yeah, we had a little bit of a hiccup in the last couple of games from Rettles. End of game 3, start game 4. None of that here. He's been defending brilliantly for the past 3 minutes. And now he's got a goal at the other end of the field as well. G2 starting to struggle, Shogun, to get any kind of offense going. This Spacestation have...
Speaking about the success that they're having with the challenges, look at the success that they're having with just the transition gameplay. Oh, wow. Arsenal. What a series he's had for himself. A well-deserved goal here. And that should do it for Spacestation.
Yeah, Arsenal just faster than Rizzo on that one. And he has been the standout player, but probably another tough loss given how their season's been going so far. And they're not done with game 5 just yet. Oh, they might be after that one. Typical denies them any goals. JNAPS will pick one up on the next attempt. But they really had to work for that. Chicago must have thought that it was only accuracy that mattered in that play. And then he realizes to his dismay, Typical's still there.
So 1 minute and 5 seconds left. 2 goals separating the two teams. And G2 Esports just ran out of players by the end. No one left to take a shot. And it is going to be match point. Space State. G2 have played this very well this series. It's not been a series that we're looking towards them where they've made mistakes. Oh, that's an infield pass, and that's lethal.
Oh,
Rattles with a rocket into the top corner.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning pass from Typical. He did not hold back with the power as he fired that one into...
Good get out of jail free card for them. This time, not quite the case. Instead, Rattles fakes that one, and he's actually through over on net.
No.
Who's going to get it? Typical provided earlier, and he thinks he's owed one here, and he certainly will get it.
I think the panic has definitely set in for G2. It's the good old faithful JNAPS. The only of their chances in the past couple of games, maybe even the past 3 games, you could say. It's been a bit more of a struggle than the first 2 to get the shots on target. And oh, no, now another one's gone in. G2 are having a nightmare. But Spacestation Gaming have just got everything going their way. What a favorable ball bounce that is. 3-0 the win for G2, rightfully so at this point. I mean, at 1-0, there's no excuse for the kind of defensive positioning that G2 have had at times. 4-0, yeah, you just got to go for it. I don't see it, though. G2 shooting in game 1 gave them a glimmer of hope of coming back from the defensive blunders they made at the start of the game. Game 6, it's a different story.
Got himself a goal, which I believe he also stole from Rettles, so Should really be 4 goals, Rettles, at this point. It's typical. Gonna get, there we go, Rettles. He gets one back. And
there you go.
Yeah, fair's fair.
Yeah, you heard you, Shogun. Rails agrees. Yeah, it should be 4 goals, Rails. Although, in fairness to him, that's not really a goal steal. That is also making sure that G2 weren't having their way with them in offense. It's been a sad end for G2 to another regional run. We're still waiting for them to show up in the final day of one of these. For Spacestation Gaming, they've turned it around.